I would like to take a moment to just talk about some resources that are available to you on the internet. These are some things that I use pretty often, and you may see some of the images, photos, or icons being used in any of the lectures because I pull images from these sites. These are royalty-free graphics, and any site that I'm about to show you or any site that you ever go to, you need to check the licensing to make sure that you are following the rules and following the laws for any images that you're using. So you can't just go on and pull an image without the proper licensing and making sure you're doing the right thing. So I just want to have that little bit of a disclaimer. I don't provide any legal information. I'm not a lawyer. So in the best interest of you, just always make sure you're checking those things before you grab any type of footage or imagery. But I just want to show you a couple different websites that I use pretty often to get different designs or ideas, templates, icons, fonts, and so forth. So the first one, of course, is Adobe Stock. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that they were first because it's Adobe products. The great thing about Adobe Stock is that you can log into this website, and when you begin working in your projects, you can pull images and templates and different things in immediately into your projects through your libraries. So it syncs up with Creative Cloud, and it's a great way to work. So you can start using their service. There's pricing information that you can check out. You can see they have images, videos, templates, 3D, premium, and editorial. And if we scroll down, we can just take a look at some of the different things you can download from here. So we have the photos, premium things that you can get, video if you're working in video, templates, so this is great if you're doing product or branding type stuff, vectors and illustrations, and then editorial pieces. So this is a great site to come in first and sign up if you want to and use their service. The next one is the color wheel. So if you go to color.adobe.com, you will see that we have a color wheel here. This is great for just picking colors and selecting different colors that you'd like to use for your projects or photographs. You can go to the top and click on Explore, and you'll see a lot of different colors that people have already created, and maybe you can find some color themes right away this way that you can use in your design work. So if we know there's one that we want, we can go ahead and download this, or we can edit the copy and it'll bring it in, and then we can make some edits if we would like to. So this is another great way of working. This is also an Adobe product, so if you download these themes, you can pull the color swatches into Photoshop immediately, and that's a great way of working instead of having to come down here and save out all of the different color information into Photoshop. It'll pull it in right away. The next couple of websites are where I get images from. So the first one is Pixabay. I use them a lot. I love them. Great service, great photographers. Props to any of the photos that I've used in this course because you'll recognize some of these if you start looking through here that I pulled so that we could have some good imagery to look at and work with in our projects. But definitely a lot of great photos and illustrations. You can search here. You can click on illustrations, vector graphics, videos, and more. And again, just definitely check out the licensing and what you're using it for before you use them. Another one that's really great is called Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S, and it's just another website, same as Pixabay. It just gives a bunch of images. Sometimes you'll find different types of images between the two platforms, so I'll go back and forth and I'll check each one out. And then also we have Unsplash, same thing. It's just a bunch of images that you can use, and there's a lot of high quality ones in here that are very nice to work with. So if you're practicing and you want to come in and grab some photos and work on them, you can do that. Then we have WeSaturate. This is a site that I reference that's really nice because this gives you raw files. So the raw file is the camera file, and it has the camera information in it. And if you want to come in and practice working with raw files, you can come in and download these and work directly with the raw file itself. Instead of working with the JPG or the PNG, you can go ahead and select the raw file and work on that. And that's a great way to practice and work on these images, and they're high quality and very beautiful, great looking images. The next site is called Icon Finder. So this is a site where we can download all types of different icons. So you can use these in your design work. If you're doing web design, this is a very popular and well-used site. As you can see, there's some high quality icons. Some are free, some are paid for. Again, back to my disclaimer, you need to check all licenses before you begin using any of this. But this is a great site to find some icons for your projects. It's called Icon Finder and it works really well. Then we have shapes for free, sort of like Icon Finder, but these are free shapes, and it's not just icons, but there's patterns. There's all kinds of different vector graphics and different things that you can choose here. So you can see a bunch of different types of water drops and check marks and all kinds of really cool vector graphics that you can pull in and use. Then there is the DaFont website. I didn't mention Typekit, but Typekit is another Adobe product that allows you to use fonts, and same thing with the color wheel program. You can pull them directly into Photoshop and it makes it easy. However, this is a site I've been using for a long time. They've been around for a very long time. It's called DaFont, and they have all kinds of great looking fonts that you can look through. And again, check out the licenses before you use any of those. And then finally, there's the Envato Market. Now, if you go online and you type in Photoshop illustrations, vector graphics, Photoshop templates, Photoshop plugins, there's hundreds or thousands of sites where you can download Photoshop stuff. I mean, there's so many, I can't name them all. This is just one that I've used before. It's a great site. They have a ton of stuff. I clicked on the graphics link here, and you can see we have different types of graphics, illustrations, decorative backgrounds. We have print that we can get, all kinds of print graphics, web graphics. Here we have Photoshop plugins that we can download, vector graphics, presentations, icons, fonts, and so forth. So this is a great site. It has a whole bunch of just random stuff on here, and probably find some templates or icons that you can use. Most of the stuff you are going to have to pay for. Some of it is free, and then you can also sign up for their Element service where you pay a monthly subscription. But that is the Envato Market, another great website. So hopefully that just gives you some information and resources that you can start using inside of your projects. It also will give you some ideas that stuff is out there. A lot of people don't even know that you can go download icons and vector graphics and fonts on your own and bring them into Photoshop. People do it all the time. It's how we work. It's how designers work, and it's how that you're able to make great looking graphics. You don't have to hand design everything from scratch. If you are better at putting composition together, you can go find those elements and bring them in. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and it gives you a good idea of some resources that you can use in your projects.